let's stay on basketball, but let's shift to Kaitlin Clark. She's the biggest talk of
Mm-hmm.
WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
And so like the big narrative, the big story is it's this white girl who apparently these black girls are jealous of, that
Of
she's
course.
coming in and getting all the attention, getting all the cameras on her, and they're jealous about it, and so they're gonna beat her. They're gonna treat her like the Detroit Pistons or something, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Lambeer, Isaiah
That beer.
Thomas. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. The
they're the
Jordan
bad
rules,
girls.
the
They're the
Caitlin
bad
rules.
girls.
Yeah, yeah. The bad girls. That was it. The Chicago Sun. Yeah, yeah.
I'll go ahead and start this one.
Go for it.
You know, she didn't really move the dial for me. I know she she did her thing in college. Hey, major props to her. But I mean, I don't know. I guess it's just my bias, but I haven't tuned into any games. I did see that stadiums or attendance has gone up for her games. So I'm sure there's a movement, obviously, and hey, that's great. I just it hasn't really made me want to tune into a game. As far as her getting picked on, or I think it was Matt Barnes who was saying, hey, you know what? Where are your teammates at? They gotta step in and be like, you can't do that to our star.
The
So
the face of the WNBA too.
right, exactly. She's
the
a young
savior.
feat. So but you know what? If it I might tune in. It's just it's never been on my radar.
Yeah.
Don't really follow it.
Do you guys remember when Lonzo Ball came into the NBA?
Yes.
And he kind of had, it was like a similar kind of energy where they were like, his dad had talked so much shit.
Oh yeah.
He hyped them up. Them up. Yeah.
That the NBA players were ready.
Even LaMelo's way better than Lonzo, so it was kind of funny how like he hyped them up, but he kind of put the word out there where it's like, hey, my sons can play ball, because LaMelo didn't even play college. He just went straight to Europe. And then he got drafted by the Hornets, and I think they're both injury prone, which is kind of sad, because LaMelo as a rookie was really good.
Oh yeah,
he can ball. But Lonzo was a different story. It's like you're coming to Lakers. I think it was a little bit more added pressure.
Yeah,
I think his dad just hyped him up a little bit too much, and then he got injured as well. Now he's in Chicago,
but I remember that when he was gonna come in. I remember when he was going to come in, the other players were going to be like, we're going to test him and we're going to push him around.
Oh, of course.
That's just part of the game, though, you know.
But the funny thing about it is how people were commenting and saying that cheap shot that she got against when she played Angel Reese and the Chicago team, they would have called that in the NBA like a flagrant 2, right?
Yeah.
And they called it a simple foul. So it's kind of like it was a play away from the ball. Like she wasn't like nowhere even close to the ball, and she just like bum rushed her. Yeah. It's like, dude, come on, like that's like intentional. Yeah. Come on,
that was like a hockey play.
That was like a hockey play, yeah, like a yeah.
They were like a checker against the boards or something.
Checker against the board, yeah. I mean, practically they were right there by the sideline. Yeah, it's just like she just went bull rushed her and just boom. It was like wow. Yeah, but I want to switch it around. What DG said, who turns the dial for me is that Cameron Brink, LA Sparks. If you haven't checked her out,
yes,
and she just got good for her. Congratulations, Cameron Brink. She got selected for the Olympic team, the women's 3-on-3. So she represent the USA as a rookie too, mind you. She's been her rookie year too. So I mean, all the spotlight's been on Kaitlin, but Cameron Brink's another rookie. She's with the Sparks. She's like head to toe, is just like this wild like. She was wearing like a Coco Gauff, like a tennis outfit. Coco Gauff, a very well-known tennis player, American tennis player, but she, how they have like the walk to the court and whatnot, like the hall, and so they had, and she was just like tennis skirt, like the white kind of like polo sweater in a way. It was just like wow, like it was looking like an angel. It was just like wow.
That moved your dial, huh, Brian?
Oh, that moved my dial. Every time they put up the like, how they put up oh, on Tuesday night it'll be the Sparks versus the Aces or whatever, and it's like Cameron Brink, and I'm just like zoned in. I'm like, wow,
You're like, I'm tuning
in. I'm like, oh man, I'm about to tune in to watch that. All right,
bringing back must-see TV.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen that Skims shoot that she did because like I said, like the last podcast.
Oh yeah, you talked about her.
Yeah. Partnered up with the WNBA and they did a Skims shoot. Oh, it was just like wow.
Hey, you know what? I mean, I was just thinking about it right now. I'm like, you know what? Good for the WNBA.
Good for them,
They should capitalize on that. You know, I get it. You know, we shouldn't sexualize things and whatnot, but come on, let's be honest. Like that would make guys tune in, right? Like I don't know, just something. But
because that's the thing, DG. It's like we have what's her name? The young lady who got arrested in Russia.
Brittany Griner.
Brittany Griner. So she's this. Obviously, she's a good ball player, but she's LGBTQ.
Is she really? Or she's just kind of butch looking.
No, she's GAY. She's gay.
She's about it. All right.
And so I mean, it's like the whole thing happened in Russia. Yes, it's kind of messed up. It happened like right when Russia invaded Ukraine, and that's how she got caught because she had the marijuana. And so she got like national attention, like where the president had to make a deal, like swapping prisoners, and we like celebrate.
They traded her for like some crazy terrorist, like like the Merchant of Death. They call them the Merchant of Death.
It's like I think it's like now we're reading the room because you have Kaitlin Clark, a white female. She's heterosexual. She has a boyfriend. She has a boyfriend. It's proven. She's like I said before, she's a good-looking girl. She's girl next door, very, very beautiful. There's proof. There's proof. She broke a lot of hearts. Like a lot of people were like, "Oh my god, like I can't believe this." Like everybody was like lining up just to like thought they had a chance with her. Yeah. But I think it's very much political now. It's politicized because that's what the media does too. It's like it's gotten politicized. Where, like I said, we could read the room now. It's like she's kind of like what we're seeing in this up and coming election, where it's like, okay, we're sick and tired of like stuff that we're not accustomed to shoved in our face. Where it's like you have to align with what we're throwing at you, and people just want somebody who's like a real person. She's a real person. I'm not saying anything bad about LGBTQ. I don't want to get canceled, but it's like, dude, it's like she's just a regular person.
Canceled them.
She's a regular person. She's just a simple girl from Iowa. It's like, okay, like, I think people were like all about that. We're like, oh man, that's cool. It's like she's just one of us. Where it's like not like, oh, I'm this, and you have to line to what I'm. It's these 1% of people. I call them the 1%ers, and I'm not talking about motorcycle gangs. To me, like all these other people who are like just cramming this stuff down your throat. It's like with religion. It's like I don't want religion shoved down my throat. Why would you want me to take what you're saying? Oh, I'm good with what you want to do. Do it at home. Do it, in public if you want. Yeah, be proud. I get it, but when you're like throwing it in front of kids and you're teaching it in school, it's become political now where it's like, oh, well, it's open and that's fine. That's what makes this country so great, is that we can express who we want to express. We could practice whatever religion we want. But when it's like, oh, well, if you don't align with this and you're wrong, it's like, no, dude, like you lost me there. It's like, I drink Busch Light and I know the whole Mulvaney thing and, oh, you're a conservative. How dare you? And it's just like, dude, like I look past that. I just don't even care. I'm like, the beer tastes good, and I'm not drinking Bud Lights.
I was just about to ask you.
It's Busch Light. It's Anheuser-Busch. They're cheap and they taste good, and I'm on a budget, so it's like, well, But I'm willing to look past everything because it's like I like the product. It's just like, well, man, like I like the product.
I'm not sure what you're saying, Brian. Like you're saying, like the WNBA, like promotes LGBT
big time,
a lot,
big time. Okay. Yeah, for the longest, yeah, because the majority of the players are, come on,
yeah.
I mean, we've been on this earth long enough to know it's like who's who in the zoo.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
You know what I
But
mean?
like,
It's like,
like if it was like volleyball, like women's volleyball, you get more
yeah,
eyeballs.
yeah. Well, because I mean, they're like showing everything off.
Yeah.
It's very feminine. I mean, they're a little bit more. They have muscles, but it's like very feminine in a way.
Yeah.
And then you have kind of like the WNBA where it's like a lot of these chicks are like, man, they're big girls, they're tall women, but a lot of them were like more like you can tell they're injecting hormones or something in there.
To be honest, I never
testosterone.
I couldn't like picture a WNBA player until this season with like Angel Reese and
Yeah. Well, Angel Reese is
Kaitlin Clark.
and that's the thing too, is because like Angel Reese is like she's a beautiful woman, and I'm pretty sure she's straight too, and well, I think like she's seen where it's like, well, I'm black and I'm straight and I'm pretty, a little bit feisty, like she took the villain role because everybody kind of gave her that, like they labeled her as that, and she's just a good ball player too, and it's kind of like messed up because it's like, yeah, in a way, like I said, it's politicized because it's like we see Clark, and she's just like this wholesome girl from Iowa, and it's like we kind of want to root for the underdog because we see her as the underdog, but she's tough. I mean, she's tough. She hasn't complained. She's been a good soldier. She's a rookie. She's gonna get put on muscle in the offseason. I mean, she's a rookie. It's expected, but the cheap shots is a different thing. But like I said, it's like it turned into a race thing. It got politicized. I mean, we just gotta move forward with it. I mean, as long as she plays her game, everybody plays a good game and it's clean. I think people still tune in for it, but it's like the cheap shots, like I said last time, it's a low light. It's not even highlights anymore. It's a low light.
Yeah. I think it's like how I said to last podcast. You know, it's almost like a pro wrestling storyline.
It is. It's a storyline now because it's like you're selling. Yeah, it sells. Yeah. It sells. Yeah, it's selling.
And you know what? Part of the early NBA that made it popular was that element of like that kind of racial element with Larry Bird
and Magic. Yeah,
Larry Bird and Magic Johnson.
Yeah. Because I mean, Bird from Iowa State. I mean, Indiana State, and then you got Magic from Michigan State, and they both even played like it's kind of like Angel Reese and Kaitlin Clark. Same thing. They both played in championship games, and then they carried on to championship games in college, and then they carried on to the NBA where they actually played in the finals as well. It was a rivalry, but I think behind closed doors they got along well. It's just like I said, it's just
they were friends.
The media made it polarizing where it's, oh, well, this is selling, and it was kind of a hard time in America too. But in the 80s, where the whole thing in Boston, there was a lot of the riots, a lot of the busing, integrating schools. It was a lot of that stuff going on too. So,
if you have HBO Max, there's a good documentary on Magic and Bird.
Yeah, I'm about to check it out. Yeah, I've seen it. I just haven't. I've seen that it's on there. I just haven't looked at it, but I'm about to check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's good.
Yeah.
All right. You have any topics you want to bring up, DG?
No, but I was looking at some players in the WNBA, and this Sabrina, I'm gonna butcher her. Sabrina Ionescu. I don't know how to say it, but cute woman.
Yeah.
And then Kelsey Plum, who was actually married to I think it was Waller, Darren
Waller.
The tight end from the New York Giants.
From the Giants, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe I'll tune in,
Yeah, some eye candy.
Yeah, check it out. But well, yeah, I know what you're saying, Brad, about like hidden agendas being pushed. And
hidden agendas because the election's looming, and it's just kind of it goes back to like we were talking about last time. Commission the whole Harrison Butker speech, and it's like, come on, like,
did you hear about that, DG?
No, sorry.